Well, hello once again, space engineers. We have some exciting news today. Been on the moon here and got my little base going. Most of it's underground, so you can't see much of it there. But anyway, got some protection blocks over here where we've got Gatling guns and some missiles, because the space pirates tend to come around, but they don't come around for very long. So anyway, we've got our, this is the big, what do we call this one? I forgot the name of what we call this one. It's a new-ish kind of ship that I built for protection and to support the mothership. And it's got Gatlings and missiles all around the bottom here, and it's heavy armored. And even though it has these doors in here, it's also got more Gatling guns inside. And I've been in several fights, and it comes out just fine. It is it's a tough bird, that's for sure. It's ugly. It's just a box, but it works great, and it protects, and it's won every fight that I've put it in so far. That doesn't mean it'll win every fight forever, but it's won every fight so far. But we're here today to talk about searching for gold, deep ore digging. We're playing the version where the ore is rare and deep, and so it's pretty hard to find. And we've searched around on gold, and there's a little bit of surface rocks, and it's just not enough. We've got to have a lot more, because we need our jump drives. There's 2 inside this ship, and in the mothership I think there's 5 he's put in there. It's a big ship. So I may want to put another jump drive or 2 in here as well to keep up with the mothership, because this is supposed to be a support vehicle. It kind of, you drop in, start the base, and move on. It's got refineries and assemblers and everything in here to take care of all that stuff, and a lot of protection, so you just set it down on a planet and off you go. That kind of planning, I'm sure that you're probably doing as well. But what I've been searching for, tried to find silver, and found some silver yesterday, so I got real excited. You can see the video about that. And today I was going out to search for gold, and I thought, here we go. Gold in this scenario is around 1 kilometer deep before you can find it. So the ore detectors that only go to 450 meters, well, they don't help. You can't see the gold, and we don't want to have that gold. You could get an ore detector that'll go further, but that's, in our opinion, that's kind of cheating. So we're trying to make this a little harder. And so what we did, and I'm just going to head on out towards this. You can see from the base, I've gone to the search for gold number 1, and I just flew out from the base. I didn't dig close to the base. Everything I've been around close to the base, I hadn't found anything. Found nickel, but hadn't found any silver or any gold. And so I went out here about 1 kilometer-ish, found a nice, whoa, there you go, crater. And I don't know why I took the crater. I didn't have to dig that much. And I went to the search for gold. Didn't find anything at all. Okay, so systematically, what do? I mean, you just go, because the ore detector goes 450 meters, let's say 500 just to be nice. Then I went out here about another kilometer, and sure is hard to see sometimes with all this stuff on them. But there's number 1, you can see I was out there, and then number 2, I went out here about 1 kilometer-ish, and there you can see it's 600 plus 400, so it's about 1 kilometer. And I started another search for gold. And so, because you've got 400 meters plus 450, or 500 meters plus 500 meters, go out about 1 kilometer. And I was going to systematically do that, and as you might see, we've got the compass thing on here. And I was trying to stay just pretty much due north from the base. So what I was expecting to do is just keep drilling pilot holes north until I got maybe 3 or 4 kilometers away, and then come back and make a box. Basically, draw a little box of dots a kilometer away until I got back to the base. But as luck would have it, or is it skill? I don't know. But it's luck. Every bit of it's luck. I got here in number 2, and I saw gold. The nice little sign that said gold, and it's east southeast from here. And where did I put my ship? Now I've lost my ship. I'm 300 meters away still. So we're going to go and see. That's number 1. Come on, follow the number 2. It's kind of hard on the moon. It's really, you've got so many craters and everything. But I'm really happy to say that we've got. There we are. There's the ship. And down in this hole, about 500 meters, I saw a sign for gold, and that's 350 meters away, and it's east southeast. So in this kind of stuff, when you're playing these harder levels or harder versions or whatever you want to call them, more complex for sure, you definitely need the compass so you can understand where you're headed. And I mean, I find that just to be extremely valuable mod. If you're playing for basic survival or easier levels, that's not terribly important, but it's still, I find it pretty valuable. So you might want to consider having that on your server if you don't have it. I got to get the ship moved up a little bit and straightened up. I was letting it fill up with ice. I filled it up with ice earlier, and I was letting it make some hydrogen so we'd have some fuel. All right, we are almost straight up and down. Whoops, we dropped down in the hole. Okay, so we're going to get up here and go get this flat. And we're going to go now east. Whoops. East is probably a little bit closer to north. Well, it's about the same difference from where I was, I guess. East, southeast. Okay, and we were 2 notches off. So I'm going to put it right about there. And we're number 2, we got 59 meters. Let's see if we're going to be, we're going to hit this, so we need to go up a little bit, get out of this hole, and we want to look from that last one. We want to go about 350 meters here. And again, it's really hard to see sometimes. And we got to remember that we're now at an angle. Okay, so oh, that's why we've got that other. I've got another ship over there, a little driller that we're going to test out, and that'll be in another video. It's a new driller that my faction mate just made, and so far it's testing out to be really good. So we're at 260 meters from there. We're still east southeast. Well, where's my notch? Yeah, we're about 2 notches over. So okay, we're going to go 350 meters ish. Hopefully we're going to hit that vein the first time. That's pretty close because we are at 370, but we still have to go down to the same level. So let's see where we are here. Yeah, we're not in a, we're kind of on top of a little hill here. That's fine. Okay, so I like to level up the drill as much as I can. Now, turning these two gyros on always does that. It makes this thing go straight down. And then I turn on the drills, and I turn off the thrusters, and we let gravity do its work. So as we get about 500 meters down, we should start hitting gold. Hopefully we're going to hit it on this particular drill, but if nothing else, we're going to have a real good, and I'm going to put that GPS right here real quick. And this is for gold number 3, and we believe this is going to be the payoff. We sure hope so. We should be close enough that we can bring in our other drill and pick it up. But we have had, if you've seen the other videos about the silver, sometimes you go in and you drill it and it just jumps. I mean, and it's not real. I don't know why we get these false signals. They are very frustrating, and that's why we're so excited when we do actually hit the ore, and get everything that we wanted. So we're going to copy this. We're going to come up to here. We're going to got to make this a little simpler. It's not hard though, but working with this script, I'm going to eventually get it a little easier to do this. So we're down at 60 meters. We're going to just tell it to stop drilling at 1,000. We'll probably stop drilling before that because we're going to hit gold a lot earlier than that. So we'll see what happens here. We'll just wait a minute, and I'll let the video speed through. I'm going to turn that stuff off for the moment until we get down to about 300 meters or more. There's not really any sense in watching all that HUD stuff because we won't see the gold, and all the rest of the stuff is just noise. So I like to turn that off and be able to watch this. So we'll speed through this video a bit and get down to about 350 meters or so and see how things are going. Okay, so we're at 400 meters. Let's take a look and see. Nope, still just nickel there at the bottom. You kind of start thinking, well, are we really on the gold here at all? Are we kind of close? But, that's why you got to keep drilling. It's a lot of just what I call hunt and peck, because you just try here, try there, try somewhere else, and eventually you find it. And I don't know exactly where we're going to hit it, but at 450 plus 450, that's 900 meters. And if the gold is really there at 1,000 meters, then we're not going to see it again for at least another 50 meters or maybe a little more. So I'll speed up the video again here. We're coming up to 450, so we'll speed up again and we'll find that gold. But I'm going to leave the HUD up so you can see how that goes. And there we go. There's our gold. 635 meters down, we detected it. That it's still 500 meters away. That's good though. We found our gold. I was beginning to get worried. We were almost at 650 meters and still didn't see it. But it's still quite a ways down there. So, and we're getting closer and closer and closer. What I'm going to do is jump out of the seat right now, and where we can double check that our gold, look at that, we're perfect on there. I mean, we're going to be right on the edge, but that's okay. I mean, as long as we stay pretty much direct under the seat, or some portion of the seat. So I like to kind of twist around here like this and see where that's going to be. And if it's going to be on this corner, that'll be great. We'll be able to see it real easy. When we did the silver yesterday, the silver was actually back on the back corner of the ship, and I didn't see it. And here I was digging and digging, and I thought, you know, it tells me there's silver, but it's not there. And I looked in my inventory, and there was silver in there, so that was good. But we ought to be able to see the gold here just a little bit. Another 460 meters, which will put us at about 1,100 meters down. So yeah, it's a kilometer or more down. And it's a lot of digging time. So you got to have a ship that's worthy of doing that. And biggest thing is you got to have a ship that'll get you back out of there. And this ship that I've got here does a really great job. I call it Maddox, and I forget why the M. And we come up with these acronyms for these ships all the time, and we give them names, and then I forget what the acronyms are about. But this is a big vertical driller. As you can see, we've got the hydrogen here, and in the silver video, I give a lot of description about what this is and everything. There's like 3 different levels, or is it 4? There's the level here where we've got the drills, and then the seat, and then we've got some batteries and the O2 generator and the hydrogen tanks and everything, and then we've got the hydrogen thrusters, and they all come in with a 3x3 large grid block. So that's 9 blocks total, and then the next level up has just a tube that goes up, and then it has the left and right, front and back thrusters, and it only needs 1 because we're not really carrying anything. We're not here to pick up a load and try to carry it. We're here to just explore. And then we come in and bring the other ship, and it does all of that stuff. And we'll be building a little outpost. Potentially, this is only like 3 kilometers or less from the base. So I don't know if we're going to build an outpost and try to send it back through the pipeline stuff, or if we're just going to let the little, he's calling it TM, I don't know what that means, but the other little ship that we've got, we used to call them Bs, and I like that a lot because they just kind of go out and do their thing. But he's called this one TM, so it's a nice little horizontal driller, and we'll get down here to the gold, and then we'll just drop it. It'll have to fly that kilometer down plus the kilometer, whatever it was, 2.5 kilometers back to the base. So I don't know if I want to fly it that far, or if I want to just have it buzzing around down here and put in a connector, and then have the lines go up to the surface and then send it back over, because that will certainly load a lot faster with the ore. We've done many times, we've just used the little drillers, and they go out and, you know, they go 4 or 5 kilometers out. The first couple of trips, it's a little slow because you're wanting that ore, and, you know, they have to go and get it. But then after the first trip or 2 or 3, your refineries are going to get bogged down because you'll have enough in there, and then when the ship comes back, you know, you've got enough already that you're processing whatever you're likely needing it for. So we find that to be 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, as they used to say. It's kind of, do you want to take the time and effort to build an outpost and or the pipelines, and with the materials that you use for that and everything, it's kind of, you know, by that time the little driller could have made 1 or 2 trips and probably you're okay, or your things are behind, especially if you're within like 5 kilometers or maybe even a little bit more. If this were 10 kilometers out, then definitely I would look at a double, probably a double type of outpost. So we'd have the driller that goes down in here, and it would drill and pick up the ore and then drop it into, either go up to the surface and drop it in, or maybe drop it in a lower type of outpost base thing with a pipeline tube going to the top. And then from the top, there'd be another little shuttle that would take it back to base and take that 10-kilometer trip, because we want the ore to be getting collected, and then the shuttle can just take back, you know, whatever it can pick up, and get it processing back at the refinery. So you'd use 2 ships in that case, if it's, like I say, 10 kilometers or so. And if it's any further than that, then absolutely you need a better shuttle system, and, you know, maybe even have 2 shuttles that would be taking the ore back. So that's all the kind of strategy that we have with this. We haven't been playing this difficult deep ores that long, so we don't really haven't built a lot of the different strategies, but we've talked about them a lot. I mean, a lot. So anyway, let's take a look at our gold. Yeah, we're still here, not really under the seat anymore, so we may or may not actually see it when we get down there. But what I'll find is, you know, as we get to it, then this point will move onto the wall at some point once we get below the top of the gold. And what I'll do is I'm just going to jump off. If we're not in it, then I'm going to jump off and drill by hand and make sure that we are getting to it, and that it is good gold. We don't get that fool's gold, or that, you know, whatever the good term for that is when you don't have silver. What do you call it? Fool's silver? I don't think so. But we've got, when we've gone and drilled it, sometimes it doesn't drill at all, and that's kind of sad, because now we got to go hunt more. But we get these false signals. I think maybe ghosting signals there. Yeah, see, it jumped. Now it's not under the seat hardly at all. In fact, it doesn't look like it's even under the ship. So by the time we got down here, we missed the point off of it just a little bit. We looked at it. We had to guess the first time, and so sometimes you have to drill 3 or 4 holes to get to it. But first and foremost, we want to find out if it's really real. And we've got another, what did I set this to? Did we go to 1,200 meters or just 1,000? For some reason, this seat doesn't show the same numbers that we're showing on the other stuff. I don't really know why. See, this says 994 on the HUD and 1,000 and something on the seat. But it's, you know, plus or minus, it's still kind of okay. It'd be nice if they were all the same. But looks like I'd set that at 1,000. I did. And so let's go ahead and set that to 1,300 and start our drills again. Because I do want to get down here to at least the top of the gold, which we're almost there. gold, gold, gold. There it is. Yeah, we're not quite exactly on it, but that doesn't mean that we won't hit a corner of it with this. Sometimes we will catch a corner of it with the drill, and sometimes we don't. So we're going to be going down another 300 meters here. We'll see. Let's see if we hit it. I don't think we're probably going to hit it by being off by 100. And see, this is where the that compass at the top of the screen makes a valuable difference, because we know where we went with this hole, and now we're going to see we're off by another 100 meters between northeast and east northeast. We're right square in the center of that. So we can take this drill and go off over there, or like I said, it's only 80 meters. You know, it's not like the end of the world here. If we take our horizontal driller and bring it down, if you're using PAM, which is the system we use for most of the time for drilling, we haven't found a better one yet. We've seen a couple of others that we're potentially going to look, or we are going to look at, but we potentially might change. But for PAM, you start at your base, and then you come over and drop down this hole, and then get to the point of pointing at this, like we're almost perfect at it right now, and we're 60 meters away. So then we bring the drill in and let it do its thing, and then it picks up stuff and comes back and takes it back to base. Okay, and gold just jumped away again. So that's an indication that this could be a false signal. I have seen that before. When it jumps like that, it's not a nice thing. So we're at 1100 meters. I'm going to just take off here and do I'm going to turn my stuff on. Okay, and then we're just going to drill and fly and go directly towards that, and let's see if there's really any gold there. It doesn't take very long when it's 40-50 meters, and we'll just see. And if it jumps again, then, well, it's one of those false signals. And you can tell how frustrating that is if it really is that way. We ought to be seeing some gold here. And sometimes I've seen the silver when I was doing silver. This is my first time finding the gold. So, at least on the moon here. In this deep, there we go. Yep, looks like gold. Yep, let's see if it drills like gold. Pick up gold ore. Yay, yay. So that looks like real gold this time. Alright, so let's check our inventory. Yep, it looks like real gold. Yay! We have gold on the moon. We just got to get over here and pick it up. So, and you can tell we're in a vein. I mean, that's just the way these little veins work. They're not very big sometimes, but they're really, really, really deep. And so it looks like I drilled right through the whole thing. It's just not that big. It's about one or maybe two drill holes size, and then it just goes deep, 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 deep. So let's try to walk out of this hole. Yep, that's going to work. And go get back into the ship and see if it's still, if we're still seeing gold here. And we're on the level with the little thrusters. That's good. And yeah, and we're still showing gold out there northeast, pretty much northeast right now of 60 meters. So anyway, we've come down through here. We found a hole. We've got real gold. That's what's most important. And the rest of this is just kind of processing it through and finding a ship that we want to use to actually go grab that ore. We need to fly again and get around over here. Sometimes you got to fly up and over and around. There we go. And that's it. Okay, well, tell me if you like these videos, because give me comments. Tell me that that this is cool stuff you like or don't like, and but I'd rather you use the like button and let me know, and the comments tell me about what you don't like, and then what you like. Also subscribe. Be sure and ring that bell, and you'll get notifications over and over and over as we have new videos. I try to do a video once or maybe twice, sometimes 3 times in a week if I've really got something going on. But we try to make them where we're learning something and where it'll be something interesting for you to watch. So do let me know. Looks like we've reached our 1300 level, and just to double check, that's what happened. Yep, we're at 1300 meters. So the script stopped us and said, that's all, folks, and that's what we'll do for our video. And then in the next video, I'm going to actually go and process that gold. I'm going to talk with my faction mates and see, now that we're on the gold and we know it's good gold and we know we've got good silver, now we have to decide our next step, which is the best way we want to process it. And most of that comes from how much do we really need, how quickly. Because at the moment we're waiting on gold to be able to get our jump drives working. But once we get those jump drives working, I need to go and see how much it takes to build a jump drive, and then how much gold we'll need, and then multiply that times 10 or something, and then we'll know this is the kind of material we need. We've got tons of ore, tons of iron, we've got tons of nickel, we've got cobalt, we've got everything. But we didn't have gold and silver, and now we have that. And now our next thing is we've got to go find platinum and uranium. We're not going to find that on the Earth or the Moon. So we've got to go find that on asteroids, which means we've got to get out into space, and that's where the space pirates are. So there'll be a lot of tussling with them. We went out, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we went out into space and thought, oh yeah, we can handle this, and let's go find stuff. We didn't find any ice. We didn't find any ore. We found iron and nickel, but the pirates just kept after us, and because we didn't have any magnesium at the time. Now we have some magnesium, but we're looking for a magnesium vein as well, so we can have enough magnesium to build enough bullets. We've been able to get them because we've had some success. When I put the base on the moon there, we were able to find enough or win enough times with the space pirates coming, and they crashed their ships. So we got a little bit of uranium, we got a little bit of magnesium from them, and some bullets from them sometimes. So that helped a lot, and we stocked up on that. And now they won't come around anymore because we win every time. So they don't come bother us on the moon here. But we kind of want that because we want to be able to get more ammunition. Anyway, again, like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. I hope you had as much fun with this one as I have. I'm just thrilled we have gold on the moon, deep ore hunting and drilling, and now we've got our gold. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks for watching.